Welcome back, folks. Thank you for stopping in. If you've never seen my channel before, today is an important day. As you can hear, I got this Husqvarna 572 XP warming up. It's got the worn out HiPa chain that I used in the last video. It's still sharp. I touched up the rakers. I took 2 strikes, 2 swipes with the file. I got one little log to cut up out of the way, and then marked the log I'm going to use for the speed test between the old worn out chain and the brand new one. So I'll make the first couple of cuts with the worn out chain just to get this one log out of the way, and then mark the log, and then we'll look at the speed and performance and talk about the saw chips. And then I'll do this one, show you how I prep the new chain for the speed test, and then cut that, and then go back to the video, add the video clips of the speed shots from the worn out chain so you can get a better comparison of the two, so it's all real fresh in the memory. So this is going to be a little repeat footage, but let's get the logs prepped and get ready for the race. Okay, now for the speed test. I'm going to sacrifice one whole round out of this arcless dead standing oak log for science. Okay, to show you the chips, this is what's coming off of there. So I'll get the new chain on, prep that, then we'll see how much of a difference that makes. Some of you just watching for the first time and don't know a lot about chainsaws, I just flip the bar so it wears evenly. You get different stresses, you know, as you push down at it. Primarily all the time you're cutting down, you flip it, stress the bar evenly and wear it out evenly. This is a brand new HiPa full chisel round file saw chain, new in the box. So I haven't opened this one, obviously. Got it at the same time as the chain I just used. It's all neatly packaged, so it doesn't cut up the box, obviously. And I'll show you the difference between this one and one I say is worn out. Some of the links are, some of the cutters are nubs. This one's very sharp. I'm just going to lightly touch it up. So look at that cutter length. The worn on the left, new on the right. Oh wait, turn it this way so they're facing the same direction. There we go. Yeah, it's probably got good life left in it, but this is probably 3/4 what I call worn out, or 7/8 worn out. So put the new chain on and prep it for the first cuts. No, don't put the chain on that way. You're putting it on backwards. I once successfully installed the chain backwards and it rotated. I'll wait until the chain is all the way on the bar before I tighten it up. This is the easiest chain I've had to put on. It wasn't all tangled up. Now I'll put the cover back on. Holy smokes, the hole's lined up with the bar. I put the bar back on in the right spot after I flipped it. What I did was I backed off the tension all the way to snug, and then went the tightening direction like about a half a turn. Now to do the first tightening is after I run a few throttle blips, I'm going to check the chain tension before I go to cut. So what I do here is when I take some of the slack out, I hold this chain together here so it doesn't slip off the bottom groove. Then I make sure it doesn't slip out of the groove by rotating it. Brand new chain, so I'm going to run it a little tight. That's really tight. Pretty much every saw chain I've run is needed a little extra tightening, or if you just flip the throttle a few times, it stretches immediately. Years ago, Oregon saw chain used to do that. It would stretch immediately. You crack the throttle 3 or 4 times, it's sagging an inch below the bar. But Oregon is better at that now. They don't stretch as much. Now when I'm going to do the prep this, I'm just going to lightly touch all these teeth. Because the last time I only got, it started feeling dull about 3/4 of the way through the tank. So I'm going to fully sharpen this, then touch these rakers. First I'm going to check to see how these are to begin with. Just select a few here. Yeah, they're going to need a few strokes each. Oh, no wonder that bit didn't sharpen much. That one fell apart. Good thing I got more. No wonder this thing wasn't sharpening worth a dang. Now it's like good for using cheap sharpening bits. There we go. I'll upgrade to good ones at some point. All right, now to touch this chain up just a little bit. I think I tightened it too much. I gotta loosen it up. I can't turn it. If I was just gonna straight use it right away. I'll fully tighten it up and I'll see where I left off here. Okay. I'm hardly putting any pressure on this, just lightly touching it. Alright, now to do this other side. Sorry about the camera angle, I got sun behind me, so it's a little bit of a pain to get a good angle. What the heck? The Dremel just died. Alright, now check a few random teeth to see how much how many strokes I need to take the rakers down. On this side I got to do this cutter here. Four light strokes. So this is going to be really grabby. Now for the other side. Last time I used the new HiPa saw chain, when I put that one on, I did not do any of this. I just ran it to see how it behaved. See how long the sharpness would last. That was like half to 3/4 tank it ran before it needed a touch-up on the cutters. But they're the sharpest cutters I've ever seen out of the box. So out of the box, you could use this saw chain in a pinch, but most companies, their chains are not all that sharp, and the rakers are awfully high. Call it manufacturing tolerances, or they're doing it for safety. But if the chain isn't slightly grabby, the rakers, in my opinion, are too low. That's when you have the experience with the saw. Now, when you're less experienced, you might want to go with them just out of the box. Because on this powerful of a saw, the raker's down like I'm taking them, it's going to be grabbing. You better be hanging on and watching what you're doing. I got another new saw chain. I think I have a Forester I could compare this to. I think that might be a round file. I mean a semi-chisel, and wouldn't be a fair comparison. That's new in the box. Alright, chain is prepped. Let's go make a few cuts and then I'll compare notes and we'll do our conclusion. Chips from this log don't look a whole lot different, but it definitely felt faster, so I'll check the video and we shall see. Well, the saw chain cutting speed was about, depending on when you see the chips fly off that log where I flubbed the camera angle. Sorry about that, folks. So it's not a real fair comparison. I'm looking at 4 to 6 seconds. A friend of mine mentioned that his Warren chain's probably cut just as good as my new one. And then what he was saying got me to thinking, he's sharpened, hundreds of chains, so I probably lost the shape of the gullet, which makes a difference. So I'll experiment on that Warren chain to see if I can get any performance back out of it by trying a few things, and if successful, I'll report back on that. So yeah, if you don't maintain the gullet, I looked at the chains after all the cutting was done, so this is already after the fact, after I finished filming the video, so I'm going back to do a proper conclusion. So yeah, the gullet definitely is a little different shape, and that makes a difference. That could be enough, unless you can hand file it really good or use a really good on the wheel, a wheel grinder to keep the shape of the gullet. You're gonna need swap out your chains more often. I use the sharpening bits, and that tends to not do the best. It's good for field sharpening, but yeah, I got a lot to learn yet, so it'll take time. I'm learning. I'm not the firewood professor, firewood doctor. If you stop learning how to do things differently, you need to rethink your intelligence level, because once you can always learn something new, which is what I'm doing. So I'm going to experiment on that Warren chain, but I have the promo code WOODDOC, all caps, all one word, WOODDOC, all caps. Use that promo code at HiPaStore.com. The link is in the video description below. The promo code works to get 10% off regular priced items. It does not work on sale items, and the last check they were still running the one for $9.90, so maybe that will still be in effect when this video comes out. So I'll have that in the video description for sure. If you see that in the video description, they're still running that sale. And as I was filming this, I just saw a message flash from that same friend of mine that said, when the cutter gets back about halfway, you need to reduce the file size. Go the next step smaller to keep the shape of the gullet. So I'm going to try that. I'll try that and see what happens. When I have a day where it's going to be like in and out showers, maybe I'll go futz with that. So till next time, folks, take care. Get out there, do something. Have fun doing it.